welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, no, that's what I keep saying. Welcome back. I think I was here like 5 or 6 weeks my first go around, but it is good to be back and back with Coach Underwood after a 2-year absence. So good 4-year run together, and it's good to be back with him in particular.
He call you or you call him?
He called me. And other than us not talking leading up to our Maui game, we talked pretty much every other day anyways. Even though I was gone those 2 years. Just talking basketball, talking different scenarios, talking life. So it wasn't anything out of the unusual to get a call from Brad. And just talked about the move, and we discussed it, and it went down.
Stephen, you obviously meant a lot to you to go back to Gonzaga, to your alma mater. What was the decision-making process like to leave there and come back to Champaign?
It was a tough call. I have so many relationships there. I played there, obviously went to school there. And I was working every day with 2 of my best friends, and then Coach Hughes is one of my biggest mentors. So it was tough just because of all the relationships there, both on campus and Spokane. But just the opportunity to get back with Brad, to be a full-time assistant, be back on the court, be out recruiting, and kind of a new challenge for me here at this point in my career. So that all excited me and invigorated me to come back and work with Brad.
A lot of success in Gonzaga. What kind of excites you about where this program is?
I just think the trajectory of it. I really like our individual pieces. Now that's our job as a staff to kind of connect the dots and put them all together. So, I obviously saw it up close in person in Maui. They almost beat us. They were a couple shots away from beating us, and that was with a lot of young players and playing a really, really tough schedule. So, I think this program is heading in the right direction for sure, and that excited me. And I want to be a part of it.
Stephen, you and Brad go back to Kansas, I think, right? His wife was a student teacher for your father?
There's some weird connection. So my wife and his wife are from the same small town in Kansas, Salina, and Susan was like a student teacher for my father-in-law. But we go back to our Big 12 days. I was at Texas A&M, he was at K-State, and you see each other at games and this and that, and share scouting reports and stuff like that. And, then you got the job at Stephen F. Austin and then hired me there.
You had a play of the day, right, that you would send out when you were at A&M, and I think Brad was on the email list. And you guys really, this connection's been some time in the making.
Yeah, no, we just kind of know each other through our K-State and A&M days, and just different connection. The coaching world's a small profession, and we're interconnected somehow. But he was looking for a certain person, certain demographic when he got the Stephen F. job, and I think I just fit that. And we just kind of connected and had an incredible 3 years there, and then a great run at Oklahoma State as well. So.
You mentioned this opportunity gives you a chance to get on the road recruiting-wise. I'm sure it's exciting for you, but any areas that you feel you have ties or anything like that?
I think I definitely have Texas ties, just having been in that state for 9 years, and I actually helped open up kind of that Texas-Gonzaga connection. We signed 3 players from the state of Texas last year alone. Drew, which I wish we would have lost that one after looking at it here. I wish we would have been here. But Admon Gilder and Ryan Ward. So I think my base is certainly Texas, but I've signed players from Kansas, from Iowa, internationally. So Brad's deal is always, hey, go where the great players are, recruit them. They're the right fit, and try to get them. So, but certainly Texas is my base.
What do you see as the pitch that you make to come to Illinois?
Yeah, I think my pitch is my success with Brad. I think my skills as a player development coach. I think if you come here, I can promise and pitch to you that you're going to get better, because you're going to have a plan, and we're going to attack that plan every single day. So my track record with working with players, turning 2-star guys into pros, 3-star guys, and even 4 and 5 stars. I think that's something I can certainly promise recruits, and that's been my pitch so far here is, hey, come here. It's a great program, great setup, but hey, you're going to coach here, get coached here, and get better as well.
And last year in that Maui game, to maybe see Brad's system from the other side, did that give you a different perspective on it?
It was tough. I appreciated it. It was such a tough prep, unique offense with spread, unique defense with the pressure. We started looking on that one really, really early, and he just throws so many different things at him. Then all of a sudden he throws a 1-3-1. Surprisingly, that's what makes Brad good, is he's innovative and not afraid to throw new things out there. And then obviously their personnel kind of scared us as well. Just with Io and his speed and transition, and Georgie and all those guys. So it was a tough prep, and I was very glad. You probably saw when the game was over, I think half of our coaches gave me a hug. They just knew, like, okay, we're good to get that one done and by, just because of the relationships that were there too. You never want to play against one of your biggest mentors and friends in the business. So.
How long did it take you to get an indoctrination into Georgie the personality?
Pretty quickly, yeah.
You got him to come out of his shell?
Yeah, no, I know, right? Like, no, he's been up in my office all the time, chit-chatting, and he's such a bubbly personality, and he's been so warm and welcoming to me, and he's that way on the court too, always talking, chattering, but yeah, no, he's very unique and great personality, and I'm excited to work with him.
You've obviously worked with a lot of players, but is there maybe one or two in particular that you're really excited to work with here?
Here?
In here.
Yeah, I mean, just probably particular the guards. Kind of working with Andres here in particular, but there's not any one particular player. I mean, I feel like I want to help them all improve. I'm not just going to lock into one guy and all that, but I would say in particular, just working with the guards.
Brad talked a lot about your work with Thomas Walkup and developing him into what he became. What's the key in something like that, and developing those guys that don't come in with the big star ratings and all that?
Yeah, no, I think it's first having a plan. Just in time, my 1 year with the Miami Heat, I think that's the biggest thing I learned from that staff is in player development. Study the player, whether that's with analytics and stats and film, and then kind of dial into what their strengths and weaknesses are, and then have a plan of how they're going to get better. Too many times people just go to the court without a plan and without a purpose. So I think the first thing is the plan. And hey, the secret's in the dirt, right? You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the time. And yeah, working with Tom was such a great experience for me because we did have a plan. He certainly put in the work. He was hungry to get better. I was actually looking at his stats the other day. It's incredible. He improved in literally every facet, every single year. And some players make one jump, he made 3 jumps. And so that was so cool to experience. I mean, I talk to him all the time. He's not obviously playing overseas, but he's one of my best friends. I mean, he came out to Gonzaga and trained with me when I was out there. So, yeah, I consider him a friend more than anything, but it was really cool to see.
What's the key to just getting a player to make those multiple jumps instead of that one jump and maybe hit your ceiling?
I think it goes back to that plan. Yeah, like, hey, you made one jump this past year. Let's reevaluate and come up with another plan. And I think always pushing that player to get better. We're never settled. We're never, happy just to be where we're at. We always want to strive to get better and better. So, but I think it always goes back to that plan and having that carrot in front of the player that they can always chase after.
So would you say player development is an area you're going to mostly specialize here with these players, especially on with the guards?
I would say so. That's maybe one of the main reasons Brad brought me in. Just the coaching, the player development, the scouting. I would say those are my strengths, but I'm obviously going to have to wear those hats here as well.
How do you want to help Ivy?
I think there's a few very specific things that would probably bore you guys, but I think it's just no. The devil's in the details. I mean, I think eliminating jump passes. I think playing on the ground more. I think becoming a better finisher by extending higher at the rim. I mean, it's just a bunch of little things. To me, it's not one huge aha moment or area. It's just 8 to 10 small little things that we'll attack and that will help his game grow even more.
Steven, you mentioned details a few times. Is this something you appreciated as much as a player, or have you appreciated these little details more as your coaching career has developed?
I think definitely as it's gone on, just my different experiences. I mean, my first job out of college was working with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. If you're not detailed, you're not going to last there for sure. But then, being a video coordinator, being detailed there, working with Mark Turgeon, who's obviously now in Maryland, working with Coach Few. I mean, I think the best guys I've worked around have always been kind of detailed, discipline-oriented. And, so I think I've kind of stolen bits and pieces from everyone I've worked with.
Not working with Brad for a couple of years, you come back with maybe a fresh take on what he does?
Yep. I think being gone for 2 years has helped. I've learned some new tricks being at Gonzaga, especially offensively and defensively, but just a new way of doing things, a new way of running a program, a new way of running a practice, but yet also an appreciation of how Brad does things as well, how hard they practice, how hard they play. And Brad's biggest deal with me has always been, hey, push me, give me new ideas. And that's what I always liked working with him, is that I could put a fresh new idea on his desk. He would read it, and sometimes he would do it, sometimes he wouldn't, but he'd always listen and be open to it. And I think that's what makes him great. And so yeah, I'm kind of the ideas guy. Hey, what about this? What about that? And yeah, going back to Gonzaga gave me some new ideas to maybe incorporate here.
Thanks, Steven.
Yep. All right.